The following program contains coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you read the title, you already know what this video is about. I got to tell you, as a father, I get both sides of this. I saw this so clearly now that the rain is gone, and I can truly see all the obstacles that were in my way. So I have a very, very clear perspective. I have the correct perspective more than anything with what this father did compared to what he should have done, how he should have handled his daughter, better ways to handle these situations. And yeah, I really truly hope that y'all share this. Let me give you a disclaimer. Just in case if I use some strong language, it might not be appropriate for children. It's intended for mature audiences, of course. Mommy of three, take it away. Let's get into this.
Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, new website articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer.
The source I'm using is msn.com. Just that simple. Thank you very much for the article. So I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to kind of give you my opinion about this. A Missouri father is accused of entering a school bus, which is that's already an affront and a threat as it is, right? That's already a horrible, horrible thing to be doing. He walked onto a school bus with his young daughter and commanded her to repeatedly punch another girl in the head until that girl cried. And shout out to me and my shadow in the building. I appreciate you. Much love. I see you. Thank you for being in the chat. This man's name is Maurice Fox, who's 36 years old. So he's a bit younger than me. Faces charges of first-degree harassment, 2 counts of fourth-degree assault, and trespassing on a school bus. So I'm glad they have a law about that, because that can be very dangerous for little children. St. Louis County Jail records show he was arrested on Monday night, but the underlying incident occurred on October the 9th, according to authorities. It was just after 9 a.m. Let me say that again, start over. It was just after 9 a.m. that day in Ferguson, and a Ferguson Florissant School District bus rolled up to the 100 block of Frost Avenue. As the bus stopped, Fox, the dad, and his 6-year-old daughter got on the bus, despite the driver putting his arm out and telling the suspect that he could not enter the bus, according to the criminal complaint reviewed by Law and Crime. Shout out to Law and Crime. The defendant pushed the bus driver's the arm away and continued to walk down the center aisle. The court document continues. And this is all on tape, so they got it on tape. Fox's daughter then pointed at the 7-year-old girl. So you're talking about a 6-year-old and a 7-year-old baby. They're babies at that age, okay? She pointed at the 7-year-old girl before Fox allegedly proceeded to threaten the child. And that's on tape. They're saying allegedly, but I heard his words. He then apparently made a comment to his daughter that suggested their visit had been planned. Do what I told you to do. This is the dad speaking. Do what I told you to do. Fox reportedly stated to his daughter, according to the affidavit, the document continues, the defendant's daughter repeatedly punched the victim in the head. So she went into Edmund Honda, a.k.a. E Honda mode, the 1,000-hand slap from Street Fighter II Tournament Edition on this girl's head, and you could see it and you could hear it. It was ridiculous. When the daughter stopped, Fox said to have not been satisfied. He said, again, he told his daughter, and then his daughter resumed punching the victim in the head, did another 1,000-hand E Honda slap. According to the affidavit, once again, the attack stopped, but once again, Fox commanded his daughter to resume, this time with express desire, I want her crying again. He allegedly said, and his daughter hit the girl with closed fist. When his daughter stopped this time, She and Fox left the bus, and an officer with the Ferguson Police Department said, noting that surveillance footage captured the attack, the officer, according to the officer, the dad, let me get his stupid ass face back up on the screen. There we go. There's that stupid ass face. Making all black fathers look bad. Fox had prior felony convictions for aggravated battery, armed robbery, and possession of a firearm. Do I need to read that again? Hell no, I don't. Because why is it his daughter being 6 years old, which means within the last 10 years that some woman probably knew that this man had this record? When you date thugs, you date death, right? Ain't that how it go? Lieutenant Dan, ain't that how it go? When you date thugs, you date death. That's an AFC hashtag. And these thug lions, thug being a action, not a skin color. The actions of these people are not tame. They are not sound, and they should not be fathers. But there are women out there that continue to keep making babies by these fools and then wondering why they do foolish things, right? Does everybody agree in the chat so far? Let me know if I said something wrong. He had prior felony convictions for aggravated battery, armed robbery, and possession of a firearm. He turned himself into authorities on Monday night, according to the police, local CBS affiliate KMOV. Ferguson Police Chief Troy Doyle said that no child should ever be exposed to that kind of behavior, especially in a setting that should feel safe like a school bus. While it's unclear what, if anything, transpired between the children before the incident, because maybe some of that may or may not have been correct by the baby. I mean, babies usually they usually tell the truth, right? So maybe something did happen, but maybe the dad took it wrong. Maybe he interpreted it wrong, but his actions were 100% wrong. We encourage parents and guardians to work with school officials, counselors, and community resources when facing conflicts involving children. Collaboration and communication, not confrontation, are how we keep kids safe in school. Ferguson, Missouri is part of the greater St. Louis metropolitan area, located about 12 miles north. I don't even think we need to know all of that. Here's what I got to say about that. I'm going to share something with you guys. When my daughter was in first grade, so this was a long time ago. My daughter is a senior now. Back in first grade, there was an incident where there was a boy that was bullying someone. Well, because my daughter gets a lot of her genes from me, from her daddy, my daughter was naturally bigger than a lot of kids. This boy was bullying another student, and my daughter grabbed him to stop him from bullying that student. Right? Well, this boy went and lied and said that my daughter tried to choke him. So, of course, my daughter gets suspended, not the freaking perpetrator of the crime, the boy. Oh, nothing happens to him. You know how they say, like in sports, they never catch the first person that does something wrong. It's always the second person. It's always the retaliatory act, right? So, of course, my daughter's mom calls me, and shout out to my daughter's mother. And even though at the time she might not have understood why I do the things that I do, but this is why I do the things that I do, because I was in this situation. I went up there, and I wanted the teacher who was supposed to be on duty, which wasn't there. There was a substitute. I wanted that substitute there. I wanted the principal there. I wanted the teacher there, my daughter's mother, myself, and I was recording the conversation, right? Because I want full accountability. I want to hear everybody's story, and then I want to know what the resolution is, the proposed resolution, and then I'm going to tell you as a parent what I think the resolution should be. What did I end up doing? They ended up giving me some story, and allegedly the substitute didn't see what happened. So it's basically a he said versus she said. My daughter already got the suspension, and then they wanted to put it on her record. And I was like, no, actually, here's what actually happened. Grabbing someone and stopping them and preventing them from hurting and harming someone else does not equivocate to a choke. Therefore, you can't prove it, so I don't want it on my daughter's record at all. And I was not going to stand for anything less than that. She's already done the punishment. She's already had the admonishment. And my daughter understands that you don't be physical. If you feel the need to do something, go get a teacher. Do not handle it yourself. That is the corrective action by the parent. Oh, they heard that, and the principal almost pissed in her little panties. Because I heard she was not happy about that, but she had no choice but to acquiesce because that actually made perfect sense. And my daughter had a perfect record up until that point, and she continues to have a perfect record. That's the importance of a father, and that's how you actually handle a situation correctly. What this fool did, no, you don't do that. And on top of that, you're riding dirty, right? Got all this stuff on your record, and then you're proving why people should view you as a threat. He handled this wrong, and on top of that, you have now put a stigma and a martyr on your daughter that she is going to have to work to overcome. He handled this wrong. 100% wrong. There cannot be a single parent out there that agrees with what he did. And on top of that, at the very least, these are babies. They're still processing the difference between what actually happened compared to their perceived reality compared to the real reality. Maybe she was being bullied. Maybe she actually wasn't. Maybe it was just words. You don't know. That's why you have to communicate. Use your words, have a conference, talk, get the other parents involved, and maybe it ends right then and there. You can't freaking do this. So I'm not going to say nothing more. I'm going to just show y'all the news videos. Let's go from there. Let's get it.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
See, I could have told y'all how to handle this even without me being in a situation like that, but I was in a situation very, very similar to this. But you got to handle these things a certain way. And what's even funnier is if you do it the right way, the parents would have had the chance to correct their child, or y'all talk together and y'all work together. That's what community is supposed to do, man. Y'all do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think. And shout out to Shay Shay for sending me this story. I do appreciate you. Let's get it.
You got the story first from 4 this afternoon. The dad caught on camera getting onto a school bus, urging his child to fight another child, is now in jail. It's been nearly 2 weeks, though, since that incident happened, which has since gone viral. You might have seen the video. This is the incident that sparked everything. Surveillance video from inside the bus shows Maurice Fox push his way past the bus driver and confront a child with his 6-year-old daughter. He then repeatedly ordered her, as you can see, to punch a 7-year-old girl in the head several times, telling her to keep going, even when she stopped. Well, after that incident, Maurice Fox was charged with assault, harassment, and trespassing. He surrendered last night, again 2 weeks after the incident. He's being held at the St. Louis County Justice Center. Ferguson Police Chief Troy Doyle also sent out a statement saying, quote, "As adults, we have a responsibility to model appropriate behavior and teach our children how to resolve conflict peacefully. Encouraging violence among children, especially in such a public and frightening way, is unacceptable. We are grateful this individual chose to turn himself in, and we hope this brings some measure of accountability," end quote.
Hey, don't put your hands on my daughter no more.
She then begins repeatedly punching the 7-year-old girl. When she was done, Dad wanted more.
Again, I want her crying. Again.
The little child follows orders and throws even more blows.
Come on, let's go.
What stood out to you on that video when you saw it?
Really what stood out to me was how little these children are.
St. Louis County Prosecutor Melissa Price-Smith says the 1 felony and 3 misdemeanor charges Fox faces currently could be upgraded.
These charges are merely preliminary. The case will be presented to the grand jury.
This wasn't an easy decision, the father said in a statement online. but it was the only thing that finally stopped the other child from continuing to hurt her. I felt I had no other choice as a parent. My only intention was to protect my child and empower her in a world that hasn't protected her.
You hear me, little girl? Hey, look at me. Don't you dare touch my daughter no more.
What kind of world do we live in if we teach our children to resolve conflict through violence? We won't tolerate that.
Now, the Ferguson police chief said they've made several attempts to reach Fox, but he has avoided detectives. A warrant is out for that father's arrest. He's also facing misdemeanor charges of assault and trespassing.
All right, brace yourselves.
Listen, yeah, do what I told you to do. Hey, don't put your hands on my daughter no more. Mama, what I told you. Don't put your hands on my daughter no more. You hear me, little girl? Hey, look at me. Don't you dare touch my daughter no more. Because if I find out you touching her again, your parents gonna have to talk to me. Mama, what I told you. What you do? Again. I want her crying. Again. Come on, let's go. 573. Listen, yeah, do what I told you to do. Hey, don't put your hands on my daughter no more. Mama, what I told you. Don't put your hands on my daughter no more. You hear me, little girl? Hey, look at me. Don't you dare.
I'm going to make this bigger on the screen. It's blurred out, so YouTube, there's no need to flag my video. Please. Lord Jesus Christ. My videos always get flagged, but I want y'all to be able to see this. Part of it.
Touch my daughter no more. Because if I find out you touching her again, your parents gonna have to talk to me. Mama, what I told you. What you do? Again. I want her crying. Again. Come on, let's go. 573.
I don't know, man. It's just the counselor in me, the father in me, just everything in me, man. I'm just like, the common sense in me. Bro, you could not have possibly thought that was the best way to handle that. Like, you can't be that effing dumb. And now we might have another black man in prison. And you did it to yourself. You did it to your kid. And then what are the other kids supposed to think? That's traumatizing to them to watch. That becomes normalized. And now do you see how you're starting that violence cycle? How these kids are going to grow up and think that that's normal? And to think that y'all seen a lot of these girl fights and grown women fights and stuff. They start at a young age and they think that this behavior and this attitude is normal, and it's not. Self-defense in the moment is one thing. That is not what this is. I mean, anything could have happened. Like, what if that could have caused that little girl to die? How do you explain that to your own child, that what you directed her to do was to send blows to the head of another baby that could have affected her in ways you just don't see coming? You don't know. Again, none of that even matters. You just can't be this damn stupid, and you can't do stuff like this. So for that, whatever prison time they give him, he deserves it. Ladies, why y'all keep making babies by fools like this is beyond me. Seems like y'all would get some common sense about yourselves. But nonetheless, Pray for those children. Pray for all those children, especially pray for them girls. This is traumatizing to both sides, okay? So I've been here, done that. The proper way to handle this is to get everybody together and have a conversation. They're freaking elementary school kids. That's the perfect time to have a conversation, okay? Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.